May 7th, run with us. That's the message now. The One Chance at Life Global Team, also known as OCAL Team, consists of 13 athletes, 11 conventional runners and 2 hand cyclists who will embark on a non-stop 24-hour epic 10-day journey from Cape Town to Pretoria. They aim to challenge the perception that, of disability anyway, and raise funds for the Tembaletu School for learners with special education needs. Set for the Thursday, the 27th, in 2 days' time, and they plan to arrive in Pretoria Sunday, the 7th of May 2017. It's definitely one I could not miss, and that's why I insisted on having this interview. Joining us from our Cape Town Seapoint studios is Nicolene, Mostert, OCAL founder, and Rudi, Cronje team. Well, he's from Team OCAL 2017, and I think it's one of those days for the two of you. Thank you very much for joining us first and foremost. When I got wind of this interview, I jumped at it, Nicolene. It's a good cause. It's a great cause. The ones that I enjoy doing in here. You're the founder of OCAL. Give us a bit more about what OCAL is about, Nicolene.
Thank you so much for having us, and good evening. We are all about challenging a perception around disability and doing epic stuff with differently abled people.
Now, when you say epic stuff, and I like the word you use, differently abled people, because in most instances we say they are disabled people, but being in the sporting world, most of them tell you, no, we're just differently abled.
Exactly. So that's what we're all about. All of us have stuff that holds us back, that prevents us from living a life that we think we can live. So being physically disabled or having something that you can see and having someone that looks perfectly able doesn't mean that everything is right and they can do anything. So we really believe that we are all collectively differently abled.
How did this come about? Just give us a brief history of how, when you sat down, you said, oh, cool, this is what I want to do. How did this come about, Nicolene?
So OCAL was founded about 1 year and 2 months ago with my co-founder Alan Davies. We first met in 2014 when we took the world's first triple amputee up Kilimanjaro. So we co-project managed it. And then I called him up in 2016 and said to him that I've got this crazy idea. Why don't we take a team of abled and differently abled people from Cape Town to Pretoria and end with the Wings for Life World Run? And since then, I've luckily had people that have joined me on this crazy journey.
Crazy journey. Well, it's a brave journey. Let's bring in Rudi there. Rudi, you're part of Team OCAL 2017, but you also have thrown your weight behind this initiative via Puma South Africa. It's a great cause, one if I could, I'd join you guys, but I'm in Joburg, so I'll meet you up here. It's a great cause all around, Rudi.
Yeah, I think for somebody like Puma, it's obviously a great opportunity for us to cast our net a little bit wider around our global partnership with Wings for Life. And I guess on a personal level, it was either this or do something silly for my midlife crisis. So it's quite an interesting challenge. And I think the fact that you can challenge yourself to do something like this is maybe testament, and I hope it challenges other people to challenge their perceptions around what disability means.
I mean, you guys are obviously, I saw tomorrow morning, Rudi, you're meeting some kids from Tembaletu who will give you some of the kit and specific needs that you'll need on your journey as far as being kitted out. The special needs that these athletes, these runners and these hand cyclists will need, what are the needs that Puma or you guys provide for them?
So I think this is quite an interesting and unique space for us to work in, and I guess it was quite a challenge to pick, I guess, gear, if you want to call it that, for this, purely by the nature of the day versus night team, and then you are running across the entire country. Essentially, you know, the Western Cape's going into winter, Joburg's going into winter, but it's still sunny. You know, where do we catch the rain? When is it really cold in the Kalahari? Things like that. So it was quite a challenge, but I think we were able to pick a nice selection of products, if you want to call it that, to cover all possibilities and make sure that everybody's covered. You know, all of us have our own disabilities or our own abilities, and we run in different ways, and we prefer certain things to run in or run with, and I guess that's just as much a challenge as anything else. You know, I think it's also very interesting for some of us who haven't spent a lot of time with somebody that is differently abled in a wheelchair in such a closed and confined space for 10 days. I think that's going to be just as big a learning curve, if not bigger than, you know, learning how our bodies and our minds react to running 10 half marathons 10 days in a row.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let me bring Nicolene back in here. Nicolene, once in Pretoria, Wings for Life as well, you join up with them, team up with them, if I can call it that. Give us a bit more about this marriage, because I see it's global. It's not only a South African thing. It's quite a global initiative, this.
It really is. So for both the years that it's been in South Africa, when it was in Cape Town, I used to run both of those races. It's always been something that's super close to my heart, because finding a cure for spinal cord injury is so much more than finding a way for people to walk again. And being in the differently abled sector and dealing with people that suffer from spinal cord injury, you really get to see the struggles that they have. And as Sandile, who's one of our directors, always says, that walking is actually the overrated thing. It's the other basic human needs that they want back. So for us, the Wings for Life World Run and the Wings for Life movement is something that's super close to our hearts. And when we heard that it was up in Pretoria, no longer in Cape Town, we decided, well, we'll take the uphill journey to go and end our 10-day epic journey of running in solitude to go run with the world to find a cure.
I mean, how difficult is it? I mean, I sit back and I think, you know, you see the guys run the 2 Oceans, you see the guys run the Comrades, 8 to 9 Ks, and you think to yourself, geez, and you see them run 5 hours and they absolutely knackered at the finish line. 10 days, 24 hours straight to Pretoria. It's not going to be, how tough is it going to be out there, Nicolene?
It's really tough, and if you ask the team, the pioneers of the 2016 Journey for Change, they will tell you that the running and the hand cycling was the easy part of it, because as this works is there's 2 camper vans, there's a day crew that goes from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and then the night crew takes over from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. So we have 6 people in each crew, 5 runners and 1 hand cyclist. And if you're not running or hand cycling, you're driving. If you're not driving, you're navigating. If you're not navigating, you're making sure that your team is okay. So for the 12 hours when the night crew or the day crew are on their shift, they really are busy the whole time. And I think none of us know anyone before you're hungry and sore and tired. And these are all 3 things that the team will be experiencing the whole time. So the running and the hand cycling really is almost the easy part of it. It's all the rest of it that really challenges us to go out of our comfort zone.
You know, Rudi says he's trying to fulfill his midlife crisis. Rudi, the gauntlet has been thrown down as far as Nicolene's concerned. It's not going to be an easy one, but obviously it's for a good cause, and you sojourn Tembaletu, looking to raise funds for that school.
Yeah, I think, you know, lots of people have asked me about why and what's wrong with you? Are you nuts? You know, my brother thinks I've totally lost everything in my head. But you know, I'm by no means an athlete, but I am able to do this, and I think in that lies, you know, the challenge for us as individuals that's going on this as a team. You know, to raise awareness on a much bigger scale. And I think when you're sort of running at 4 o'clock in the morning in the Kalahari and it's you by yourself with a car driving behind you and you don't really know where you're going, you're just sort of following the road. I think if you in your mind's eye imagine who and what you are running for, I think the idea of being able to create something for the kids at Tembaletu will really be an amazing driving force to get you through what I'm only going to assume would be very many dark hours in the middle of the night in the middle of nowhere. So I think if we keep that in mind, it should make, you know, there's a big realization that comes with that, and I think that will make it a lot easier for us, because that's much bigger than a hurting knee or some tired legs.
Yeah. Quickly, what time are you expected, or do you have a time frame you're expecting to arrive in Pretoria on Sunday the 7th?
We will be running to the start line of the Wings for Life World Run. So once we've run our stretch, we will then run Wings for Life straight away with the rest of the world.
Well, wishing the two of you...
pretty nuts.
Yeah, wishing you and the team, 13 of you, the best of luck. Nicolene, Mostert, OCAL founder, as well as Rudi, Cronje, Puma Sports Style, as well as Team OCAL 2017. Wishing you and the team the best of luck. I hope you get to Pretoria safe and sound. We'll try and see if we can't get our SABC News cameras to go and meet you guys up there and have a chit-chat after your race. Thank you very much for joining us, guys.
Thank you very much.